Welcome into another edition of The Session with Londa and David. My name is David Austin.
I'm Londa Sherwood Austin. Welcome back.
The thing I'm not going to start the show with today is I'm really excited to be doing this show because I watched one of our past episodes and you openly mocked me during the opening.
It's what I do best.
I am usually very excited.
You are very excited. It's genuine.
It's
every
a real
time
thing.
we sit down.
Yes.
Yes, every time we sit down, you are very excited. So say what's in your heart, David.
Well, what's in my heart is I'm really excited to be doing this week's show.
You know what I'm excited about?
What?
Blackberry cucumber LaCroix.
Okay.
Delish.
You know what else is good? And a sponsor of this program. Home Coffee. It's on the house.
Look at you, world's best lender, Sherwood Austin Mortgage.
That's me.
Could you advertise a little bit more on the show?
I don't know if you know this, but this is a marketing venue for Sherwood Austin Mortgage and Sherwood Austin Home.
I'm going to be honest with you. I forget that it is because it's just us talking and inviting our friends to come along and hang out.
And that's the fun part about doing this show, right? Because we have had a broadcast radio show on commercial radio, and people got to know us that way. But this is even more intimate because we don't have to play commercials that are sold by the radio station. We don't have to stick with any FCC guidelines. I mean, this is just us being us. And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
This is so just us being us. Moments before we hit go, I was in the garage getting this soda out of my new garage refrigerator. And yeah, I feel very fancy that I have a beverage refrigerator in the garage. Why I think that's like the pinnacle of success, I have no idea. But we just got it. This is how dumb we are. We just got it. I bought it on Facebook Marketplace. This is how small the world is. It turns out I was talking to someone who's married to a realtor, and not only married to a realtor, but a realtor that I am in a transaction with right now. And that is, we call it Tri-Cities. That's some Tri-City shit right there.
Right.
You know, we have a good sized population, but man, it's a small town still. So anyway, we don't know anything about, I didn't even think about the setting, right?
Sure.
He said, set it up right for an hour before you plug it in. Well, I just loaded it.
And you never thought to check the dial inside the refrigerator.
About the dial. So when I went out to get this, we have some of our cans of soda have exploded because they froze.
Right.
Oopsie doodle.
There you go. It was on coldest. I actually noticed it last night and told you, and I turned it down to colder, not coldest.
I don't understand the setting.
I think it should say lukewarm, comfortable mouthfeel. It's really cold, hurts your teeth, can explodes. That's what it should be set as.
Clearer setting.
Yes, absolutely. Nobody wants to leave it on can explode setting.
No, no. I don't even know if I moved it to the right thing. I don't know. It
just
scared me.
above tooth hurts. Just above tooth hurts is where you should set it.
I don't know. Anyway, the reason that I had to get, okay, this is actually a good segue. The reason that I felt like I had to get a beverage refrigerator for the garage.
Because you're fancy.
Is because I had a broker's open. Now, if you don't know what a broker's open is, for you lay people, let me explain. This is like an open house for a home that's on the market, but it's just used to be just realtors, but now it's like industry adjacent people, realtors, lenders, title and escrow.
Sure.
Those are kind of the people who come. So I had a broker's open and grossly overbought beverages.
Sure, you went to Costco.
Well, I did.
Did you get one of those flatbed dealies that you push around the store?
No. But I could have. Anyway, because you never know. You never know if it's going to be 3 people or 30 or, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it was successful, but I really overbought. But then I also thought, like, we're going into the holidays, the kids are going to be here more. And I don't know, I was reasoning it away in 100 different ways. So, which leads me to, why are some realtors so delightful and supportive and encouraging of one another?
Mm-hmm.
And some are just hateful individuals.
I don't know. I don't recognize that kind of thing when it happens, and I don't know why. I'm always looking for the best in people, so I don't notice when people are being hateful.
Well, aren't you just Mr. Perfect?
No, I'm just kind of dim. I don't notice if somebody's being outwardly mean. Mm-hmm. I'll notice it if they're being mean to someone else, but I won't notice it if they're being snippy to me, and I don't know why that is. I just presume everybody's trying to do their best. I don't really see it.
Okay,
that's a foolish.
Never mind.
No, I'm saying that could be a foolish point of view. You know what I mean?
Well, here's what happened. Let me tell you my backstory and why I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Because I just ran into a fellow realtor. I came here from a reinspection of a property, and it's my listing. I met the buyer's agent there. The inspector showed up to reinspect because there were some repairs requested. They had the repairs done, and now they get to come and reinspect to make sure the repairs were done to their satisfaction.
Sure.
Okay, so that's what I was there for. Well, the realtor that met me there was lovely, delightful. Had her daughter with her, in fact. Her name is Marie. She had her daughter with her, and she's like, we were talking about, she was telling her daughter, like, Londa's one of the first realtors I ever did business with when I got into real estate. And we were just talking about all the ground we've covered in the years that, we've been in real estate. And what a lovely time.
Sure.
Lovely. Now, I recently learned how to send out like bulk email, mass email.
Right.
To everyone in the real estate, everyone who's a member of the Tri-City Association of Realtors, which is primarily realtors.
Sure.
Right? You can get the email list, and if you have the right program, like a Constant Contact or MailChimp or something like that, you can e-blast the whole membership.
Sure. Okay?
So leading up to this broker open, I got the Constant Contact subscription. I got the email list. I figured out how to create a thing about the broker open, designed it, created it, figured out how to upload the contacts into the thing. This was a big learning curve for me because I've always had somebody else do it for me.
Sure.
So, and now I'm doing it myself. So I was very proud of myself, right? So excited. And this is me. I'm very so excited about everything and Pollyanna until there's a reason to not be. And then I'm like, okay, crash and burn sometimes. And that happened because the stupid program shows you who unsubscribes from your emails.
Yes.
Okay. What I don't understand, and this is kind of the point that I'm trying to get to. What I don't understand is this. I can understand not liking somebody. I can understand, you're not everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
That's fine. I'm fine.
Sure.
I'm okay with that. What I don't understand is not liking someone so much that you never want to see their face or hear from them or hear their name or anything. You block them on social media. You unsubscribe from their emails. And this is, how do I know? Because I know.
Okay.
There's realtors in our community that have done that to me.
Okay.
They have me blocked on social media and now unsubscribed from my email that I finally learned how to send out, myself. I actually haven't sent one out for years because it came from the office, not from me personally, right?
Sure.
Okay. So what I don't understand is potentially losing information that could be valuable to a client.
Right.
Because you hate me. And I'm just over here you're spending energy. Let me just say, you're spending energy hating on me, and I'm just over here trying to do the right thing for my clients and trying to make sure you have the information you need for your clients. And I'm trying to help everybody be successful. And I really am like that pure-hearted about it. And
Sure.
I know the people who hate me. I know them. I'm still kind to them. I'm still cordial. Or if we're in a group setting and they are there, I will just like avoid them because I know... You know what I mean? That's the nicest thing I can do.
If I think someone's not happy to see my face, I'm so syrupy sweet. It's sickly sweet. And I can't wait to make them squirm by being as kind as possible.
I'm not that way. I'd rather just, I'm much more avoidant, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't understand potentially losing information.
Right. And that could be an ethics problem.
Oh, sure.
If you're refusing to do business with someone, that's unethical in the state of Washington.
It's a violation of your fiduciary duty.
Correct. So that, to me, is the real concern. Deciding, I don't want to know what this person's doing.
Yeah.
Like doing an unethical boycott of that business. Yeah. And that's unethical. That is against the rules of real estate in Washington.
And to be fair, I may have unsubscribed from somebody's emails in the past. And if I did, I apologize. I don't know if I have or not. By and large, I think I get everybody's emails. The only reason I wouldn't is because I've changed companies and changed my email address, you know, and so they don't have an updated list. But if I see it, I literally have a folder in my email called Broker Opens. And when I get one, I stick them in there and then I review it each week to make sure, if I can fit them into my calendar. Even if I don't care for the person, I still try to go to the Broker Open because my job is to see homes and try to match them to people.
Yeah. I can't understand why anybody would not want to have all the information.
Yeah, or
have all the information,
or just delete.
Now, I think if somebody is so over spamming your email, I've known you to unsubscribe to things. Like if you get 79 messages in a day,
right? But not realtors.
Well, that's the thing, and I've never unsubscribed to anything because I don't understand the technology. And if I hit the unsubscribe button and go to more than one screen, I'm out. I want to set the computer on fire. So for me, angry old guy.
Yeah, I was just going to say you need more testosterone.
Well, that's hurtful. That sounds hurtful, but whatever the case. As angry old guy, I don't know how to do it.
That.
Huh?
I don't want you to be angry old guy.
No, when it comes to having to go to 16 different screens
you don't
to
have
cancel.
To. It's a one-click unsubscribe.
It's not.
It
Nope,
is.
Never has any unsubscribe I've ever tried to do takes me to a questionnaire, and then it takes me to another thing.
Let me help you. You now have to provide a one-click unsubscribe option.
Is that true?
It is a rule. It's like a federal thing or something. It's
let me tell
spam law.
I've never ever.
You have to.
Is that an email rule? Yeah. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. It's a one-click unsubscribe.
Oh, well, that's interesting because I've never successfully.
You might have to choose an option of why you're unsubscribing. That's fine. This is why. Click unsubscribe.
I wish there was just a button that I could press that said "suck it." Unsubscribe. Why? Suck it.
But okay.
I've never really unsubscribed from anything successfully. It's hard for me to do. I get frustrated and I'm out of it. So if anyone has ever tried to email me and it bounces back to them, it's because I don't have that email address. That's the only reason.
Well, all I know is it's so easy to delete. It's just as easy as it is to scroll or swipe past something that upsets you. If you see something on social media, you don't need to make a fuss of it. If you don't like it, just
Go to the next thing.
Keep going.
Boy, people take their social media pretty seriously, don't they?
Jesus.
I think it's awesome.
What are you talking about?
Just to hear people losing their minds about other people's social media posts. I think it's spectacular.
What are you talking about?
All the time. Nothing in particular. Nothing right now.
Oh.
But you hear people ranting and raving on social media about stuff. Like realtors who complain about customers and or other realtors.
Yeah.
They're just, it's just crazy to me when I see that. And I just scroll right past it. I don't engage.
Yeah.
I think it's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Here's the thing. Ariel Hayes said this in a training thing that she was giving about a year ago. Your social media is your living resume.
Right.
Keep your social media clean because that's how people find out who you are and what your business is all about. I think that's a great lesson to be learned. It's your living resume. It's breathing. It's ebbing and flowing with you. Mm-hmm. So if you want people to think you're not a professional, say unprofessional things on your social media.
You know, you get to decide what you say and what you don't say, right? It can be however you want it to be.
Sure.
I choose to be, pretty neutral.
Yes.
Because if I'm going to have a lively debate about something that's really important to me that I have strong feelings about, I'm probably going to do it one-on-one with somebody, over dinner. We just had people for dinner.
What a fun time that was, by
I'm going
to
talk about that too. We just had people over for dinner, and we did have some lively discussion about religious trauma. Let me tell you, it was crazy. It was crazy. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself because I wanted to talk about like that thing about people because they get so upset about other people and like they hold a grudge for so long,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand that. Like, get over it.
I don't understand holding a grudge.
I know normally, excuse me, I'm so upset that I'm like stuttering. Normally, I don't think about it except that I recently saw somebody that I normally don't see, right? Because we're just not in the same circle. But I recently saw them at a thing. Okay. And it got me thinking about like, oh, I don't see their stuff anymore. Oh, it's because they have me blocked. Oh, they unsubscribed from my email. And I'm like, that's a long time to hold a grudge. That's like a 7-year-old grudge. And that's a long, long time. And I just think life's too short to still be mad at someone for that long.
Well, I don't have the capacity to hold a grudge because it's like I have a head wound, like I had too many tackles in high school football, which I did not play. Mm-hmm. But I forget. If I'm really angry with somebody and go to sleep, it's gone.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So I don't even understand the concept.
Well, I mean, I understand the concept of getting good and pissed off at something or somebody. I mean, I get that. But at some point, you got to decide, like, listen, it's just not worth it to be mad at the world, right? And I think that connection with people is very important. Mm-hmm. And, we don't all have to be best friends, but I do think it's important to be cordial, be kind, be, that kind of thing, which brings me to connection.
Sure.
Which is another thing I wanted to talk about today because I was shocked. We had someone over for dinner, a couple that I had never met before. You invited them to dinner.
That's correct.
And you actually said a few weeks ago, we should go out to dinner with so-and-so. And I said, instead of going out, I don't want to go out. It's noisy. It's, challenging to hear sometimes in a noisy environment like that. Mm-hmm. And we can't really talk. And then you've got...
And I can't hear.
And the food is meh, and food has gotten less and less exciting in restaurants and more boring and yuck, in my opinion. And if you are, if you have a restaurant that you think is really something, you should let me know because damned if I could find one. And so I like the food at my house best.
It's really good.
And so we decided, let's have them over for dinner, you know? So, and does it stress me out a little bit? Yes. Yes, it does. I want to make a good impression. I get a little nervous. But then once they're here,
it's
and
all
we
better.
sit down, it all melts away, right? Because now I feel like I'm in my environment. I'm in my strength.
Sure.
Loving people with food, finding out more about who they are, having interesting conversation, finding out about people. That's something I really, really enjoy. But what I thought was interesting is one of them said, I kind of forgot about having people over for dinner.
Right.
Till you invited us.
People don't really open their homes anymore for other people. They go out. It's less of a commitment, I guess.
It's less, I will tell you this, it's less fun. It's less interesting. It is less of a commitment, but it's also far less interesting. I mean, we sat for 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Yep.
3.5 hours, a little bit over. Talking and laughing and
crying a little. There was some tears.
Yeah, because we were getting to know each other. We were talking about our kids and our grandkids, and we start talking about, I love asking people how they met, right? Because you learn so much about people. And then they had a very interesting story, and I'm asking more, and I'm just so naturally curious about people's story, you know? And then they start talking about some of their like religious background. And I was like, wait, you were connected to that? Okay, then you knew, and I know. And did you also know this person? Right. And I'm not saying names. I'm not naming names right now, but if you want to have me over for dinner, I will. and there's some big names. But you know, and it was just like, and I felt very connected and very intellectually stimulated and emotionally fed. And it was fun and interesting and exciting and totally worth it. And the last time we went out to dinner at a restaurant with another couple, okay, if you can remember, I can't because I don't pay the bill. But do you remember what our portion of the bill was? If you just paid for us, I don't. Sometimes you pick up the whole bill or whatever.
I don't remember any of that. I rarely look. I know that I have to put on glasses to know what the math is.
Oh, we are different that way.
Yeah. Well, I
what a privilege.
Well, you know.
By the way, to be able to not look at a bill.
Well.
I don't know.
That's the magic of working. If you work and have money in the bank, you don't have to stress over things like bills at restaurants. The measure of success to me is knowing that when I put my card in at the gas pump, that I'm going to be able to actually buy gas.
Yeah.
That's a cool measure of success.
It was funny when I was preparing for this dinner. We had our two oldest grandsons for the weekend, Beckham and Maverick, and they were running around with me on Sunday afternoon, going here and there, getting the groceries that I was going to need to go to.
The fixins.
Yeah, for this dinner party. And we were driving. It was such a beautiful day, and the sun was shining, and I was just so excited. We had spent the weekend with them, and I had done some baking with them, and we'd had fun, and now I was going to do this dinner thing and whatever. And I said to the grandsons, I said, I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that I got to have you this weekend, and we got to do all the things we did. And I'm so grateful the sun's shining, and I'm so grateful that I am able to go to the store and just get really whatever I want to be able to prepare, because it's not cheap.
No.
It's not cheap. You know?
But it's cheaper than going out to dinner.
And that was the point I was going to make, is I think we run about, well, I don't want to say, but it was less than half the cost.
Let me tell you, if we'd have had that meal, like say at Anthony's, it would have been, with the 2 bottles of wine, over $350.
We didn't need to out us like that. The 2 bottles of wine.
It would have been an expensive ticket.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Yeah.
But we had beautiful steak. We had Brussels sprouts and bacon. We had a potato product that you made that you cut up and diced and whatever it is you do with that.
I will say, when I have people for dinner, it looks nice. It looks like it was really like fancy or whatever. It's not. I'm a simple cook.
You make staples that are good.
I'm a very, very simple person. We had a green salad, which you think boring, but it wasn't boring. Mm-mm. I got this really interesting like baby mix that had pea shoots in it, and it had a really delicate, lovely flavor. I'm such a food nerd, I'm realizing
Welcome
this
to
moment.
Dinner with Londa.
Never mind. Anyway, and I did a big tray of fresh vegetables that was gorgeous, by the way.
Cruciferous vegetables were on that tray.
Let me
as well.
tell you,
good for you.
Red peppers, orange carrots,
purple cauliflower,
purple and white cauliflower. What else? Green cucumbers.
It was very, very colorful.
Some olives. Like those bright green Castanueva, I don't know, olives. It was beautiful. It was like a rainbow on the plate. It was
really
so
was
pretty.
Beautiful.
We did steaks.
Yep, New York strip Wagyu. It was Wagyu. I don't know what that means, but that's what it said on the package.
And we figured something out. If you want to feed people, usually we do a steak per person. There's a plate of steaks. And
yeah, my little computer box in the kitchen, I asked it how to best serve grilled steak, and it said to cut it into slices.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and
big hit.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
You can have as much or as little as you prefer.
Yeah. And Brussels sprouts and bacon, which is always a big hit.
Lovely.
With everybody. So my deal is you have an it, and then you have with it's. Right? You have the it. The it was the steak.
Right.
And then I want to have 2 cold with it's and 2 hot with it's.
Okay.
That's just my formula.
Sure.
Okay. And then dessert. I had
a beautiful dessert.
And I think you should have
apple crumble.
A sweet. It was not apple crumble.
What was it?
That's apple. What I made is apple crisp.
I don't know the difference between the two, and
apple
I don't care to discuss
different.
it anymore. What's the difference? What is a crisp? It's the one with oats
oatmeal.
on top.
Yeah, an oatmeal topping. Yeah, and a crumble has a flour-based topping.
Oh, I wouldn't like that as much.
You probably would love a crumble, but anyway,
I loved what you made. I thought it was spectacular.
I think you should do like a traditional sweet dessert, but then you should also do like some kind of fruit. I did berries and dark chocolate and whipped cream that you could put either on your berries or on your crisp. Anyway, that was my whole. I don't know why I got off on all that. But because it doesn't have to be that fancy either. We've done dinners where we made platters of nachos,
right,
and had just as great a time.
When we have the Feddos over, that's the kind of thing we do.
What we do, yeah. But I've had like dinner.
Now he's rubbing a butt before we go to his house for dinner. I think that's some kind of smoking term, rubbing butts.
I don't know what they're doing over there. Anyway, I'm just saying it can be as simple or as complicated. When my kids were little, really little, and we would get together with other families, and I know Danielle does this with some of her friends, they just, they don't call each other. They text, hey, we're having this for dinner. What are you guys having? Want to put it together? I did that when my kids were really little. We'd, last minute call somebody and go, hey, we're having this. What are you guys doing? You want to come over?
Well, we still do that.
And they'd bring whatever, And so I think we're missing connection with people. And I'm hoping, I suspect we're going to see a resurgence in our society over the next 5 years. I'm just predicting. I'm putting it out there.
Okay.
Of coming back to that kind of connection, because I think we're losing it. We're losing something with people. I don't know.
Well, a lot of us are on our phones. A lot of us are distracted a lot of the time. So it's good to be able to quiet that noise, have our phones somewhere else.
I didn't look at my phone the whole night.
Oh, correct, me either. And they forgot their phones and had to get up and go get them to make sure their kid was okay. So that was really, really fun, right?
Yeah.
We were in a really lively, good conversation. And they did the thing that makes you fall in love with another couple. They asked you questions as well. Most people love answering questions, but do not love asking questions and learning about other people.
Yeah.
And that's a pet peeve of yours, but they were
It's
asking
not
questions.
a pet peeve. It's understandable. I understand the science of or the psychology of it, and how people, I usually in business, I don't want to talk about myself.
Right.
I want to ask questions and
Sure.
learn all about the person sitting across from me. I don't want them to really know much at all about me when we're done.
Well, according to the state of Washington, that is safe business practice.
Oh gosh.
Letting people know as little as possible about you personally is
Because
safe business practice.
You're doing your clock hours, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And for sure, do not have pictures of your family on the wall, because you could be setting up women and children as targets for predators. But at least I had to learn all about the green rules in real estate in Washington today.
Sorry. You got to get those clock hours.
I guess.
All I'm saying is, I don't know, people are interesting.
People are interesting. And spending time engaging with people and getting to know people is the way to have a healthy relationship with them. Texting them and having an online relationship, I don't think is as healthy or as fulfilling, frankly.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just like the difference between dating in real life and online dating. Online dating is different than meeting someone naturally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my 2 cents on that.
I just think people should get together more. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
And you don't have to cook a whole meal. Don't
and
do
that
that.
was one
Londa,
of
I don't know
your
how
things.
to cook. Okay, so who cares? Just,
Go to the store. They have these Stouffer's instant dinners that you can put in the oven on little trays.
I'll do you one better. Just have
Go to
people-
Costco and get the ready-to-eat
Just
food.
have people over for dessert and do an ice cream bar. I mean,
Yeah.
you have the worst look on your face right now.
I'm just wondering why we would ever do anything like that. We would never do that. Have an ice cream bar at our house? No.
Honey, okay, what are you missing here? I'm trying to simplify it for somebody.
I get it.
You have a couple of different flavors of ice cream and you have a bunch of different toppings, and people can build their own thing. The point is to gather with other humans.
Sure.
Breaking bread is still important. That's all I'm trying to say.
I don't disagree with you.
Well, you really brought the room down.
I didn't bring the room down. You were talking about something that we would never do. Let's have an ice cream social at our house. That's not something we do. That just seems weird to me. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. What else do you want to talk about? We don't have much time left in the big show.
I don't have anything else. That's
Okay.
it. That's all I got.
We got a lot of comments about last week's program, the paranormal episode.
Oh my God.
Paranormal Pod, I think is what it was called. Lots of people love our ghost stories.
That was crazy.
It was lots of fun. We need to do more of that, actually. Next time, we should talk about aliens and conspiracies.
No, that's it. I'm out. No, this is not Joe Rogan. No,
It could be.
Okay, no, no, it can't be.
Jogan.
No, no, thanks. You talk to your friends about that stuff.
I have friends who would love to talk to me about
Okay.
that stuff.
Well, good.
There you go. For the prettiest girl in the world, Londa Joanne
Wow.
Sherwood Austin. I'm saying your whole name. Londa Joanne Sherwood Austin. I'm David Austin, and this has been another edition of The Session with Londa and David. We will be right back here again next week, and if there's anything you want to say or find out about, email one of us. We're easy to find online.